Hi guys, Fan be with you, and welcome to Car Mechanic 2015. Look, it's great to have your company. What I thought I'd pop into to Car Mechanic and we'll see if we can pop over to the strippers and see if we can't get some parts organised. Just some spare parts for our inventory organised. Just getting our screen set up there, which we should be up and running now. Let's pop some these windows open before we get started and just confirm that we are in fact live. We are indeed. Awesome. Always a couple of minutes in while we're getting our stuff together. I was going to say shit there, but I better not swear on the stream, better I? Okay, turn to garage. Rotary Ho, I reckon we are up and running. As I was saying, we'll just pop over to the strippers and see if we can get some parts organised for our inventory. Now what I will hope is that when the 2015 comes out, that they do something about these bloody loading screens. I don't know about you, these actually drive you nuts. When you load from one thing to another, it's just, I don't know about you, but yeah, it's a tad annoying. But, you know, it is what it is. But yes, hopefully they've done something about these loading screens when they go to 2018. Now 2018 is looking to be released there, well, local time here on the 22nd. I actually threw a video up last night and with a bit of an explanation of what's going on, and yeah, but check your local Steam account for your neck of the woods. What do we got here? Obviously $1,000 to go over to the strippers, and we've got 103 parts to find, so we'll just plot away nice and slowly here. Whoops, what am I missing here? Be a clip on this side, I reckon. It is. A distributor. We're about to keep some of those. Oh, Jim's saying he's walking his dog. No, he's another fellow car mechanic. So as you can see, he just pinged me on Steam there, and yeah, he's just out walking his dog, which is awesome. What's your dog's name, mate? I presume you're you're watching this while you're walking your dog. How do we get that off? Actually, there'd be clips. There's no clips on that side. On that side, there used to be a. There we go. One of those critters there. Chain. We should be able to take these candies off, which we can. Camshaft comes off next with the engine. No spark plug. That engine head. Aha. Winner, chicken dinner. Righto. Now get these pistons out. I'm yet to find a with these. I'm yet to find any of these pistons that repair up very well. But the things that do repair up over here at the strippers, gearboxes, upper and lower suspension arms, drive shafts, some of the major brake components, they tend to repair up quite nicely. Some of these snotty little parts you just throw away, you know, your spark plugs and things like that. Calipers, they might do alright. Brake pads, you'll throw away those. Ventilators, you'll probably throw away. Wheel caps, you'll throw away. Front wheel hubs, they tend to repair up. Repair up quite nicely. Again, especially if you've put some of those experience points into the repair table. I personally think it's worthwhile doing, putting some experience into that repair table. Others don't, which, you know, that's fine. It's personal choice, isn't it? And as I've said before, that's one of the good things about this particular game. You play it however you see fit. No right or wrong. Just one of those games that you can sit back, not think too hard about it, and play however you like. As I said, it's just makes a nice change to some of the competitive games that I get into, where there's, you know, look, people sometimes are. Well, let's call it. Let's say that some people are quite passionate about the game that they play, and if you don't play it the way they see that the way that you should be playing it, or the way they see you should be playing it, well, they get their grumpy pants on. So as I said, you know, Karma Kane's just one of those where you can sit back and play it however you want, and not have anyone pissing you in about doing it right or doing it wrong. So, which is pretty good. So, as I said, get away from that competitive online drama llama that it can be sometimes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy the competitive side of things, but also just also enjoy just kicking back and doing 3/5 of NAFL, and you know, hanging out with like-minded people that also enjoy doing 3/5 of NAFL. So we've got 36 parts remaining, so a lot of those components will be down this back. Whoops. Down this back end here. So we may get this fuel pump from here. Question mark. Fuel pump. Get on there. There we go. Fuel tank. Yeah. Look, I'm yet to find a fuel tank that actually repairs up, to be honest. So it could prove different tonight, but we'll wait until we get. Wait until when we get back to the garage. One of the great things, talking about garages and spare parts, if you don't know, again, getting back to that video I put out yesterday, or actually I edited it yesterday. I think I uploaded it this morning, so last night and into early morning. But if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. But what I was alluding to is that in 2018, we're talking about spare parts, and that they actually have a warehouse system where instead of putting all your parts in the inventory as we do here with 2015, it looks like that you actually have a warehouse system where you can actually, by the looks of it, and I could be wrong, and they may even change it, but by the looks of it, that you can actually name your warehouses. So whether it's one big warehouse or whether there's multiple rooms in the one warehouse, will remain to be seen. So be interesting to see how they go. So come the 22nd of this month, we will see how they've implemented some of these things, and how many bugs come out with the game. Wouldn't it be awesome to get a copy of the game, early access to the game? But then again, you know, why would they even think to give it to someone like us who, you know, plays hours and hours of it, and they'd probably be looking at getting one of those big YouTubers that got thousands and thousands of followers to highlight their game. But engine block, that's another one of those parts that would repair up. Get some of these panels off. I'm not that particular about the panels that come off the cars, because obviously they're quite specific. I tend to want to keep the parts that I can actually use. 0 parts left. Why am I looking for more parts when the parts left is 0? You idiot. What I was saying is that return to garage. What I was saying is that I like keeping the parts that are generic across most of the models. So your brake calipers, steering racks, upper suspension arms, gearboxes. Although gearboxes are fairly specific to each model too, but I mean, you get the idea of what I'm talking about. Is that you know, the ones that you can use across multiple multiple cars. So we'll just wait for while we're waiting on that black screen of death. Just taking a sip of my fresh coffee, and there we go to the car stripping report. And as we thought, most of those parts are completely stuffed. So as before, we can either sell the recovered parts or keep parts. This time we'll actually keep them, and we'll go over here and see how many we repair. Whoops, and this may get a little bit loud, so fair warning to you. Now, for those who don't know, and some of you may not know, is what I'm doing there is you may be used to seeing this, and you tell it to repair the particular part, and then you confirm each part. Of course, it's going to take you a month of Sundays to do it like that. What I tend to do is you just hold down your shift button and then left click. Holding down shift button and clicking on every part, and as you can see, you don't have to confirm every repair on every part, which is a whole lot quicker. Okey-doke, let's see, inventory wise, and sort by condition as we always do. A bunch of parts did break, a bunch of them weren't actually repairable, so what we'll do is just actually we should be able to go sell junk and get rid of some of that snot. We've got quite a few there that may not be too much of value, so we'll get rid of those. And doing exactly the same thing as I mentioned before, is that you can click on each one. Are you sure you want to sell the pistons and conrod for $11? Yes, we are. We are very sure that we want to get rid of it. So you can do that for every single part if you want to. Or if you click on it and press enter, click on it, press enter. Or exactly the same thing, hold down your shift key, and they'll sell just as quick as you can press your left mouse button. They will sell off. So we'll go through and sell most of this. What I've been doing up until now is actually selling them up to 100%, just so all the parts that we have in the inventory are at 100%, so that if we do any more restorations, well, the parts that we do have, we don't have to worry about whether they're full repair or not. So look, let's go back over the strippers one more time and see what we get this time. There's another good way to build up your not only cash balance but your experience points. As you may have seen there, is that when you take the parts off, you get an experience point rather, and yeah, those experience points will slowly accumulate, and then you can spend those experience points on your tools upgrade. Whether it's your compressor tester or whatever it is. So another one is a customization of your garage itself. You can do that as well. So eventually it will. Here we go. Again, $1,000 to come over to the strippers. 121 parts we're looking for. So we'll rip into it fairly quickly. Get all these body panels off. The body panels. Ugh. Yep, there's your problem. That looks completely shagged, that back panel there, and so does that one. Looks like it's actually been seawater, doesn't it? This car has certainly seen better days. So that's all the panels off. Okay, let's see what we have here. Battery, that's not going to be any good with. Actually, apparently in the 2018 there's going to be a battery charger station. So again, it'd be interesting to see how they implement that. Whether you can put the old batteries on there and they get regenerated, or yeah, that I don't know much about it. And when it does come out, we'll basically all be learning together, won't we? That one there, and that one there. Now listen, if you are watching or listening, if you are watching, just give me some idea, a bit of feedback whenever you can, as to what the live stream is actually looking like. And I made some slight adjustments before coming on air, and I just wanted to make sure that the stream is actually ripping out to you in 1080 at 60 FPS. So if someone's got half a moment, just make a comment in the comments section that you know, the stream is good, the stream is bad, it's fair, however you want to word it, but some feedback as to whether it's good, bad or ugly would be greatly appreciated. If it's absolutely crap, then I'll stop it and make those adjustments. Big Shadow is here in chat. Big Shadow, just the man. I don't know whether you heard them, mate. I was just making a comment that I made some adjustments to OBS this afternoon, and I just want a little bit of feedback as to actually, I think we were talking about it this afternoon. I changed it back from 30 FPS to 60 FPS, and just wondering what the quality of the stream is like, whether it's, you know, good, bad or ugly, basically. If it's average and, you know, I'm losing frames or whatever, I'll drop it back to 30 FPS. But if it looks pretty sharp and pretty good as is, I'll leave it as is, obviously. We're currently at the strippers there. As you can tell there, a Big Shadow. Cost us $1,000 to come over the strippers. And I don't think I'll ever get tired of saying that. And it's probably the only time I'll ever get to spend $1,000 at the strippers. So I'm going to say it as many times as I can. So. Step back from the car for a second, look around. Okay. Okay, I'll just do a slow pan around the strippers there. Big Shadow's just asked me to have a bit of a look around. I presume to check the sort of the rates that it's going out to you. Oh, Big Shadow's been here. Look at all those beers. We'll just have a bit of a walk around. Some liquids over there. Yeah, got someone's rubbish. Crates and 44-gallon drums. Actually, most people wouldn't know what 44 gallons is, I suppose. Big Shadow would, but and I would. What's 44 gallons? 205 litres, something like that. Anyway. So as I was saying, yeah, Big Shadow just asked me to have a bit of a look around the strippers there, just so we can get an idea of what the stream is looking like. So that should be just about enough looking around. I'll get back to taking these parts off, and I'll just wait for your feedback. Actually, yes, not too bad. US gallons or imperial, yeah. Yeah, that's actually a strange one, isn't it? Because a lot of people still refer to them as 44-gallon drums, even though we don't use gallons here. Go figure. That's some of our weird terms that we use over here, I suppose. We're a bit backwards sometimes. Actually, what a smart man would have done is actually turn TeamSpeak on. If I can reach that fuel pump, that'd be great. And we spin around the other side and we'll get the rest of these parts off of this side, and we should be getting a reasonably close. Well, we've got 47 parts remaining, so a big chunk of those will again be bound down this arse end here. So if we get those off, we should be very, very close. Again, some of these larger components we'd be able to keep. Things like that rubber busher there, we'll just simply throw him away. They're only $5 or $6 bucks to buy brand new anyway, so it's not a big deal if you have to buy more of those. But it's just these major components that we're more interested in. And this rear suspension arm that should be able to repair up. He's in reasonable condition. That one there, he might be thrown away. He might be too far gone. Rear suspension cross member, he should well and truly be repairable. He's in reasonable condition, so if we get back there, we'll repair him up. What have we got over here? Some rubber bushes before we take the front suspension cross member out. There's another rubber bush over here. This camera's going to be nice for us today. What have I missed? Ah, okay, yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it every time, actually. Always cracks me up that you can actually take that out and still have all this this steering rack in and out of tie rods just effectively hanging in mid-air. But you know, in the day, it's only a game, I suppose. Physics, family, that's what it is. Game physics. Another one is, you know, you can take the shocky out and have the spring hanging in mid-air. Okay, take the drive shaft out. Where do we go from here? Gearbox? Question mark? Get up and try the gearbox, yes. Now that gearbox should well and truly be repairable. It's a big ticket item, these gearbox components, the bearing, pressure plate. I think they get thrown out. That's an old memory box there now. Crank shaft is from the bottom. Actually, I've got to take those pistons out first, don't I? Where's the lifter? To this side. Walk the right way. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Which is something that you want to hear when you're at the strippers. Get that spark plug out, this head out, and then once this engine heads out, then we can get those pistons out. Like so. Obviously 4 pistons there. Get on there, little critter. Thank you very much. And up again. Crankshaft. And down again to get the engine block off. One engine block. And we've still got one part remaining. What have I missed? What have I missed? Windows you can't take out. Panel is fine. Ah, rear bumper. Glad you told me that. Back to garage. So you're saying it's not too bad there, Big Shadow. And this goes out to not just Big Shadow, but anyone listening. I'm more than happy to receive any constructive criticism, guys. If you know, I mean, at the end of the day, and I'm the first one to admit this, I'm not that knowledgeable about OBS. So if there's anyone out there that uses OBS all the time and familiar with it, by all means just chime in with the settings that perhaps I should be using, something I'm missing, something I could be using to make it look better. More than happy to take constructive criticism, guys. Just chime in, let me know, and I will be forever in your debt. We're going to keep in parts, and again, this is going to be a bit noisy as we repair these up. There we go. Inventory. Sort by condition. Sell junk. Okay, now if these major components were a little bit higher, like these pistons and conrods were sort of your 50-60% area, I'd probably hang on to them. To buy them new, they're what are they, $300 or something like that. But a lot of it is just reasonably small components, so I'm gonna just make a decision and sell the lot. Now you might have asked, well, why didn't you sell it when you come back from the strippers? And I'm glad you asked that, because had I sold them when I come back to the strippers, you would have seen that they're very, very low percentage of repair. So you come straight over the repair table, repair them up as high as you can get them, and of course when you sell them for a higher value. Wooden Spoon, how you doing, brother? Wooden Spoon's in chat. Another guy who's into his car mechanic, so if you want to see some car mechanic footage and some YouTube footage, Wooden Spoon often posts up some pretty cool stuff as well. So we'll pop over to the repairers and smack out some of these repairs. Actually, before we get to that, Wooden Spoon, you may have not come in on that chat, but I was just saying that if you're quite familiar with OBS and you can see something that let's make that job while I'm chatting. If you can think of something that I'm not doing in regards to OBS, or something to make that look better, then certainly chime in, man. It'd be awesome to get some feedback. As I said, I'm only just learning, and we're all learning together, aren't we? Brake performance. Poor brake performance, we haven't discovered any of those, and repair and replace body parts. Now we've actually got a list. A webcam. Yeah, good luck with that, pal. Yeah, I got a good face for radio, put it that way. If you want to scare the children, yeah, whack my face on a webcam. Left tail light and rear right door. Left tail light, rear right door, and what else was there? Right tail light and the trunk. And the trunk. That's the boot. But they call it a trunk. But it's really the boot. So we'll repair those up. No, goodness, I didn't. What's our magic number? Take more notice, shouldn't I? 74%. What I will do is grab this sticky note over here and write 74%, and then that's going to actually save me walking back and forth to... How do I get the sub button? Well, are you talking about when people sub the graphic that comes up? I think that's what you're referring to. If you're referring to these things down these overlays down the bottom, like I'll just turn that one off and turn that one back on. If you're referring to those overlays, they're just simple graphics that you overlay the bottom right hand corner. Oh yeah, that's a FFS button. What? You've lost me there, man. And that's why turn the garage on that, and that's why I think it's be advantageous to have a Discord chat open or a TeamSpeak open the next time I come online. I think I might actually do that, because I know that when I pop into someone else's chat and someone else's stream, and you go chatting, and by the time they you type a question they read the question, they respond to that question. Yeah, that question or that subject's well and truly gone, and the whoever's on the end of the stream is moved on to the next subject. So I do apologise. The sub button at the bottom right hand corner, how did I get it? That's a YouTube thing. So I actually can't see that on my screen, and or on the transmitted screen. It's something that YouTube puts on there prior to you seeing it. Main M6 left tail light. M-A-Y-E-N. Yes, that's what I put it, wasn't it? No. Body shop we want, you idiot. Main M6 left tail light. Main M6 left tail light. Right. Did that answer your question there, Wooden Spoon? You're talking about the sub button at the bottom right hand corner. So after putting those parts back in, obviously we've got green lights across the parts list that we've actually already got. So 74% was our magic number. We only need to repair that up to that level for brake performance. Now, one of the good things is, or one of the first things to check is the ABS module and the ABS pump before we start pulling the brake components off the wheels. It just saves coming back and forth. So as you can see, those components were completely knackered. Is that sub button under the cards in stream settings? Well, that's a very good question. I set that up quite some time ago. I can't remember where you get it from. Big Shadow, if you're still around, perhaps you can shine a little bit more light on that, or we can have a bit of a chat about that off camera. But I honestly can't remember how you actually set that up. I'm wondering whether it's not something like no, it'd have to be a YouTube thing. That's just permanently on. I think you can actually set it to come on a certain period into your gameplay. And it's the same with the when you pre-record YouTube clips, not live as well as rendered videos, is that you just pre-record it to, or preset it to come in at a certain time period, and it just puts it up for you. Big Shadow is just looking for it now. Oh, thanks mate, I appreciate it. Actually, how's that chat window? That's not messing up too much of the game graphics by the looks of it. What I might do is just move it slightly maybe. That window can go there. See how that might be a little bit easier to watch. Okay, what are we looking for here? Brake performance. We actually found all those. Brake performance. You think you found? Where'd you actually find it to? Was it a YouTube thing? Ventilated disc caliper. Ventilated 2 disc and a caliper. Ventilated 2 disc and a caliper. And 2 pads. Channel branding and water. Yeah, that makes sense. Under channel branding and watermarks. Yep, that does make sense. That does ring a bell now that you mentioned that. Cheers for that. As I said, it's just been up there for that long. I honestly couldn't remember setting it up. And yeah, it's not until you sort of mentioned that I remembered actually setting that up. You can have different watermarks. As you're probably looking at those now. I just went with the standard, obviously the standard subscribe watermark. I thought it was, you know, straight to the point. I know other people put their channel logo and use that as a call to action. You know, subscribe here type of call to action. I always think that unless someone actually says that in their video, say you've got a channel icon, a channel emblem of, I don't know, a golf ball. First thing I thought, you know, you've got a golfing channel and your emblem is a golf ball. Unless someone actually says, you know, click on the golf ball to subscribe, to me it doesn't mean much. To me it's just an emblem or an icon that's sitting in the bottom corner. So that's why I just went with this straight. I use your profile picture. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Unless you actually specifically give them a call to action saying click on my profile picture and subscribe. That's the only concern I have, is that people may not know what that profile picture is representing. Besides, you know, a picture of your profile, they might not understand that it's actually a call to action saying, you know, click over here to subscribe. Whereas I just thought I'll leave it as subscribe, and I mean everyone knows what a subscribe button looks like. So I mean, whether I change that in the future remains to be seen, but I've kept it as is, for better or for worse. Okay, fixed all those brake components, ABS, brake calipers, those sort of thing, green lights across the board. All up to 74% or exceeding 74% gives us a grand total of 4,297. As I take another sip of coffee. So what do we want to do? We want to do some more repairs, or we want to do a restoration? First person who yells out in chat can decide. Repair, restoration. Actually, repair, restoration, or strippers. Big Shadow, you play nice. I know what you're going to say. Strippers! Strippers! Yes! Good lad. Strippers, strippers, strippers. You filthy little man. Go and have a cold shower. Got my dollar bills. Dollar bills? What do you need dollar bills for? I've got no idea what you use dollar bills for at strippers. Well, there are vending machines at strippers, are there? You can get chocolate bars and cans of Coke and that type of thing at strippers. I've got no idea what you do with dollar bills. Obviously, a wooden spoon knows. He must have visited a number of strippers to realise what you do. A lot more fun with dollar coins. Yeah, I don't think I really want to go there. That's probably what the stripper says too. Okay, that doesn't come off that area there, so we'll leave him alone. That tail light will come off, that rear door will come off. Hopefully we can actually keep a lot of these parts, because I do actually repair a number of these vehiculars, right headlight and left headlight. Let's not forget about those. They're coming up as junk in the bottom right hand corner, obviously, so one of those parts we won't be able to keep. Radiator, let's see how we go with that. Timing chain, Pistons. Brake servo. Spin around here. Oh great, it's only going to give us one piston on that side. That battery, you might as well just throw that out. What did that come out at? Battery actually doesn't give us a health report on the battery. It'd probably give us a health report on the battery when we get back to the garage. Strippers work for tips. Dollar bills can be folded for $100 bills. Good to know. Good to know. Although here in Australia we don't have $1 bills, we only got $1 coins. Where we phased out $1, both $1 and $2 notes. Oh goodness, quite a number of years ago now. Can you change where the sub button goes, because your webcam is normally the bottom right? I can't see why not. You should be able to put that sub button where you want, or alternatively put your webcam somewhere else. I suppose that's the two options, but I can't see why you can't, when you set that sub button up, is to put it where you like. Again, I only put it down in the bottom right hand corner just because, I don't know, just because. Whether that's, again, right or wrong, only time will tell. But yeah, just let me know how you actually set it up. Whether you need to move your cam, your webcam, or whether you're able to move your sub button. I personally would probably move my webcam, only because I think people are very used to finding the sub button at the bottom right, and I think if you can make it as easy as possible for people to find the things that they need. I mean, at the end of the day, people have got short attention spans, and you know, if you give them something shiny to look at, you know, often people will get distracted. You know, most people are like bowerbirds. You know, if they see something shiny, it's, ooh, something shiny, and you know, they're totally distracted. So if you can keep it simple, most people will, you know, you can retain their attention, and if something is where it normally needs to be, they don't have to think too hard about it. So that, again, whether that's a right or wrong philosophy, I haven't looked into it too much, but again, those who are a bit more knowledgeable in regards to streaming, then yeah, let me know. And you know, someone might say, oh no, it's better in this spot because it, I don't know, draws the eye to that spot maybe, or that's the first spot people look at on the screen. I don't know. I honestly think you can, yeah, oh, shiny, look, exactly. Ooh, something shiny. I think a lot of times you can overthink something, you know, always keep to the old adage is, you know, the KISS adage, you know, keep it simple, stupid. You can't type today? Well, I can't speak today. We're going to make a great pair. Sometimes I just can't English very well. What was I saying, Big Shadow? Oh, I got no idea. I got no idea what I'm saying most of the time. Fuel pump, fuel tank. I suppose the other way around it, Wooden Spoon, would be to, instead of live streaming as is just do a local recording. You know, just record to a hard drive and see what it looks like. But you know, either way, if you record locally, have a look at it, and you know, you only might have to be a 10 to 15 second recording and you have a look at it and you think, oh no, that looks like crap, you know, and change it back. Which, I mean, I should have actually done that. I should take my own advice, isn't it? I should take my own advice and actually recorded some of this prior to coming on camera and, well, not on camera, but coming live. And I would have had more of an idea of what it actually looks like. And then I wouldn't have had to ask you poor people in chat, would I? Zero parts left. Let's just pop that down and have a look at the empty shell. Yep, you can pretty well say she's been stripped bare. And very naked. Turn to the garage so we don't have to look at that naked body. Actually, yeah, as good a segue as any, talking about naked bodies. If you're interested in your what's that? Player Battlegrounds, Player Unknown Battleground. Oh, what the hell it's called? You can help me out, Big Shadow. I always forget the name of it. That FPS is that everyone's into these days. I know Aegis7 is actually live streaming that at the moment over at aegis7.com. And I actually seen there's 3 members actually live streaming it, and I don't know, there must have been 60 or 70 people in the server all playing. Yes, PUBG. Yeah, mine's gone blank as to what it stands for, but I'm sure someone will be screaming at their monitors when they see this saying, "Oh, it stands for this." But whatever. What are we doing? We're keeping parts, aren't we? Good job on the 2018 video today. Oh, thanks, man. Oh, I appreciate it. So you're the person that actually watched it. There's always one. Sure there wasn't beer in the fridge. Well, actually, truth be known, there is beer in the fridge. I just haven't grabbed one yet. Perhaps I should have. I think there's half a bottle of scotch sitting in the cabinet too, to be honest. You've seen it. Oh, number 2. So you're the 2 people that watch it. Oh, wow. Oh, by the way, this is the noisy bit. And my phone's just gone off. Big Shadow, if that's you tweeting me, I'm going to be... No, it's not. Okay. That's Kamikaze tweeting me. Go away, Cammy. I'll read you later. Okay, so that's a couple of trips over to the strippers. Try saying that really, really quickly. That's why I can't talk today. I haven't had a beer. Yeah, you got a point there, mate. You have a fair point. Look, let's go buy a shitbox, eh? Let's go over to the auction centre. I haven't been over to the auction centre for quite some time, and whether we get through the whole restoration today or whether we get part way through it, well, it's going to be remains to be seen. But that's where you tend to make your decent dollars. You tend to earn a small amount through your repairs. You earn a little bit more through your strippers and doing exactly what we did there, bringing your parts back to the garage and repairing them up. The big ticket items is where you go to the auction, as we're doing now. Oh, excuse me. Go to the auction, buy a piece of junk, and pull it all apart and put it all back together. There you go. Player Unknown Battleground. Thank you, Big Shadow. quite popular these days on with Aegis 7, that the gaming community that we're on, that we're with. Go and check them out. What do we got here? Cast Earthquake Rex. Look, I don't mind working on these, to be honest. Not cheap little critters, but we've got a fair amount in the bank there, so let's... Look, I'd probably be looking at going up to probably about 50, to be honest. I don't want to overspend, but again, we've got 102,000 and a half sitting in the bank, so it's not as if it's a real issue. What other cars we got on the left hand side? We've got a Caster Flamo Bentley T series. I've done quite a few Bentleys before. A Mercedes, they're pretty cool to work on as well. So if we don't get this one, no, it's going to go too high. Next car. Just uploading Car Mechanic 2015. Your link in the description. A shout out is your... Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for the shout out. I do appreciate it. You know, it really is appreciated. You know, I mean, you don't have to do it, and it means a lot. When people go out of the way to do something for someone else, and when you don't ask for them to do it, you know, it does mean a lot. So yeah, again, I thank you for that. Bentley T series. This looks like an absolute piece of crap, doesn't it? With a 1-star rating, I'm going to have this. Oh yes, she will be mine. Oh, you think you got enough money? I don't think so. You bring enough money? No. Try again. No, try again. Yes, yes, I do realise I'm talking to a computer. And go back to the garage. It's a new challenge video. Oh, okay, that's going to be interesting. Challenge video. You've got me thinking now. Do we want to buy these Mercedes-Benz while we're here? What have we got? 81. We haven't worked on the... I think there's a V8 turbocharged. Let's just throw in a couple of bits for giggles. Yes, oh yes, buy that Merc. What do you reckon we should go up to? Sort of thinking around the 35, 38 maybe. Oh, we're gonna get it too. 34 and change, so, and it still leaves us some money in our bank balance, so, which is good. That's good. The black loading screen of death. And quit. I mean, what I could do is, you know, throw something like this up while the... So, I know that's perhaps a little bit more interesting to look at, a bit more interesting than you know, the black screen of death, I suppose. One would hope so, anyway. Okay, let's see what we have here. Bentley T-Series, parts condition 29%, so yeah, that's completely shagged. Body condition, again, completely shagged at 18%. Car value of 14,433. So, yep, there's a before shot. We're certainly looking at improving that quite dramatically. But, yeah, you can pretty well say that she's sexually intercoursed. So one of the first things I would do is come over to our Doovie Flacky over here, the repair body frame welder. Do I want to spend $2 grand on repairing the body? Well, yes I do, actually. Thank you for asking. And the next part is getting all these body parts off. Well, all the body parts and the internal parts, obviously, but you can rip them off in whatever order that so pleases you. And then we might even give it a custom paint job. Just have a think about what sort of colours that would go with that. I wouldn't really call it beige, maroon interior. Something about those classic cars. Another big thing too. Look, Big Shadow. The steering wheel is on the right side. Or the right side for us, at least. Actually, that's going to be interesting for 2018, isn't it? Is that it's saying that you can actually introduce or put into the game your own car. So, I mean, imagine 2018 with some of the classic Australian cars. Oh, this is interesting too. I've got caught a number of times too with this this air filter sitting over here. You take the air filter off, but the air filter still stays there. So a couple of times I've actually done the restorations, sorry, big pardon, repairs on these, and end up having the air filter still remaining over there. So when you do get to these, remember that air filter's basically hangs up in mid-air there. So if you're looking for that last part and you can't find it, my guess is that's what it'll be, the air filter. Fuel carburetors. Intake manifold. It's got a shit ton of bolts in it, this intake manifold. But these motors actually do look really nice once they've all done up. All nicely shiny. I don't know whether there's any of the performance parts for these engines as yet. We might even actually have a look at that after we do all these parts up, as to whether there's any performance parts for these Bentleys. All these spark plugs will be knackered, of course, so we're gonna need brand new spark plugs. I should actually turn my Twitter off, shouldn't I? Because that'd be coming through to you guys. Wooden Spoon, thanks man. Retweet and everything. Jeez. Yes, I know that's you, pal. Yeah, the power of the interweb, eh? I'm not using any CRC. That's too easy to unbolt. Yeah, that's very true. Yes, you always need something that penetrates and lubricates on some of these rusty bolts. I reckon that should be the new motto for a CRC ad on TV. Something that penetrates and lubricates. Actually, that'd be an interesting mechanic, wouldn't it, to actually to have in the game, where you actually run the risk of not getting a bolt out, or actually snapping the bolt as you remove it because it's that rusted over. Oh no, yeah. Take out all of these push rods, that's right. Now, for those who are counting, there's actually 16 of those. 16 push rods. Now, I mean, that's another thing too. Hopefully, when we get to 2018, in regards to purchasing things, as you'd know, if you want to purchase the same item multiple times here in game, you literally got to sit there and keep clicking on it. So hopefully, when it comes to 2018, you get the opportunity to say, okay, yes, I want to purchase this item, and I want to purchase so many of that item. So instead of there clicking 16 times for those push rods, you can actually tell it, buy this item, buy 16, and it buys 16 of them straight up. You know, it's saying, whether it's push rods, whether it's spark plugs, whether it's, you know, rubber bushes, you know, those items that, why can I take that out? To that in a minute. Those items that you buy a lot of them in one hit would be the way to go. So yeah, hopefully they've implemented something like that into 2018 as well. Oh, it has been implemented. I must have missed those notes. Might be time to get underneath the old girl and get down and get dirty. I know, right? I've actually, my cup of coffee is almost empty too, so it'd actually be good to have a tea boy or a tea girl, whatever suits. You know, we're not biased. Look, you know, whatever blows your hair back, whether it's a tea girl or a tea boy. Yeah, I think it's going to take more than $1 to do that there, Big Shadow. But it would be good to have someone to make our teas and coffees while we are gaming. Excuse me for one moment. Oh dear, oh dear. What a time to get the sneezes. Yeah, just talk amongst yourselves. There we go, that is better. Sorry about that. So what was this this challenge you were talking about, Wooden Spoon? Or do I have to wait until I actually review your video? You're probably going to make me wait until I've viewed the video, aren't you? Winning. It's uploading now. Okay, so you're going to make me wait until the damn video, aren't you? None of this sneak peek stuff. No. Right, okay, I remember who your friends are next time. We will see, right. Hey, can you see this, Big Shadow? Oh, you know who your friends are, don't you? You ask for a favour and basically says no. You can bloody well wait until you can see it like everyone else. Don't be such an impatient bastard, basically his response. It involves a stripper and a time limit. Doesn't it always? Actually, that's going to be interesting because don't you get different part numbers every time that you go to the strippers? So if you say, okay, well, you got 5 minutes to take this car apart, would that not vary depending on whether you got 80 parts to take off or 110 parts to take off? He doesn't show you. Only one. But that's fine. If you're gonna make us wait, then we'll just have to wait and wait like everyone else. Oh, how'd your competition go? For your you had a competition running for some decals for CS:GO, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, don't be shy, man. Just chuck in the plug if it's still running. I don't play CS:GO, to be honest. So if it's still going, or if you want to plug something else, then yeah, just whack it in the comments. Don't be shy. I really don't. Really doesn't worry me. Or pop a link down there to your own channel. That'd be a good one. The H1Z1 it finished Friday. And Big Shadow's jokes don't translate into the written word. Yeah, I know your jokes, and it's probably not. They're probably not jokes for the internet. They're Big Shadow. They're probably adults only jokes, I would anticipate. And there's no adults around here, so we don't play like adults. And if you start playing like adults, I'm going to take my bat and ball and go home. So there. Well, if you start to adult, I'm going to take my crayons and hop in my treehouse. Ah, Plymouth. How you doing, mate? Plymouth, meet Big Shadow and Wooden Spoon. They're both in chat there. Plymouth was actually knocking around with us 2 nights ago, I think it was. If you want to correct me on that one, Plymouth, when we were playing World of Warships. Plymouth is actually from Texas, if my memory serves me. So yeah, no, it's good to have you in chat there again, Plymouth. It's very good of you to come along and see what we're doing here. If you haven't seen this before, it's Car Mechanic 2015, soon to be Car Mechanic 2018. And I'm just going to check whether I've still got some bits on the body, have I? And yeah, we're just restoring this this Bentley here. I did repair up the right car, didn't I? Yeah. We've done that. Why is it saying that the body condition, that body condition should be 0% because all the parts are missing off the body and the body is actually been repaired? They should have a co-op mission in 2018. Yeah, you're right. Oh, sorry, you're saying that they do, or they should have. I'm actually missing something, aren't I? And I can't see what. Because that's that body condition is still reading 14%, even though I've taken all the parts off. Didn't leave anything down the back end, did I? The body needs repair. Yeah, I'll check it again, but I've already done that. You know, I'd say you'd be referring to the repair body frame over here, and you select that, and obviously this car body frame is already fixed, so you know, spent a couple of grand actually getting that body already fixed, but it's still saying it's 14%, so I don't know whether it's actually referring to the body itself, that it's still 14%, or whether it's the parts that are in the inventory is still 14%. Let's have a look. Oh, brake. Yeah, this is where it gets all loud. Tick, 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 tick. This is a noise that drives you... Ow. This is a noise that drives you bonkers after a while. I should put in a nice sweet, you know, ding ding, or a door chime or something. It's one of those noises that, you know, it sits up there with, you know, fingernails down the chalkboard type noises. Phew. Glad we're out of that. Inventory. Let's sort by condition. And we got a lot of snot to get repaired, haven't we? Now that we got Plymouth in, who's actually one of the newcomers to the chat. Plymouth, just let me know. I've just been getting some feedback from the other guys that are in chat there, how the stream is actually looking. I was just saying to the guys earlier that I did actually change the OBS settings slightly this afternoon. I just wanted to, this is a bit of a test stream to see what it actually comes out like. So I actually increased the frame rate from 30 to 60, and if I'm not losing frames going to 60, I'll leave it as is, but if I'm dropping out frames on your end when you're watching it, then I'll drop it back to 60, drop it back to 30, beg your pardon. So yeah, looks good on your end. Awesome. All right, cheers for that. I do appreciate it. If it looks good on your end, then I'll leave it as is. With the ultimate goal is basically just to stream as good a quality as I can for you guys. So I do appreciate the feedback. Let's see what we need in regards to the brakes. So we're looking at things that are at full 100% for this restoration, obviously, because you get more dosh for that. Let's get rid of that because we've got a shit ton of brake calipers already in the inventory, and I spoke about that, you know, getting those brake calipers from the strippers and using them at a later date, so they're just holding in the inventory there, so we don't need any of those. Brake disc ventilated, look, we got 2 that we needed, and we haven't got any in stock. So 2 ventilated, 2 discs, haven't got any discs in stock, and 4 pads, we haven't got any pads in stock. So 2 ventilated, 2 discs, 4 pads. You remember all that? 2 ventilated, 2 discs, 4 pads. 2 ventilated, 4 discs, 4 pads rather, and 2 discs. Did I get that right? It's something that you'd like. Oh, okay. Well, you've come to the right place, to be honest. Not that I'm sort of singing my own praises, to be honest, there, Plymouth, but both myself, Wooden Spoon, and Big Shadow all enjoy our car mechanic. So if you've got any... Oh, really? That is very interesting. You was with GM back in the 90s at a dealership. That's quite interesting, because it'd be interesting to find out how the cars actually translate from real life into a game, of course. And a lot of the well-known brands have been semi-recently added to the game as well. So actually, we'll have a look over here and see what we've got laying around. This is my parking garage. DeLorean's a name that you'd be familiar with. Maseratis, Mercedes, some of the other ones, Bentleys. Some of the others have got strange names, but obviously got their counterpart in real life. So look, I'll just pop over to a random car park and you'll be able to sort of see some of the cars that are available. These cars here that I'm about to show you basically are ones that I've actually restored in the past and just retained just for shits and giggles, but you can quite simply just sell them off if you so wish and make the dollars. I just like dragging them out every now and again just for show and tell. But what I was getting to is that myself, Big Shadow, and Wooden Spoon, as I said, enjoy our car mechanic, and if you decide to get into it, then by all means just ask away. More than happy to help you out if you're getting into it. If you look at Steam, I would not be surprised if it's not on sale at the moment. Just check out your Steam account, because the reason I say this is because Car Mechanic 2018 is due to be released on the 22nd of this month. So with 2018 coming out in a couple of weeks, it would not surprise me if Car Mechanic 2015 is being on special. If it's not, as I said, I'd be very, very surprised. I got a funny feeling it's not bundled together, to be honest, because there's I look half a dozen of DLCs in 2015 with your strippers and different Bentleys and Mercedes and things like that. So a lot of those are DLC. So a lot of those, I would not be surprised if they don't bundle the original game up with a number of the DLCs. So if you are looking at purchasing the game, just have a look at what DLC bundles they have. They might bundle the original game up with a number of DLCs, and instead of the DLCs costing you $3 or $4, it may only be $1 each, or whatever. So just have a look before you buy. That's basically what I'm saying. Just flicking through the cars that I got stored in this particular garage. This particular car park, I should say. Let's go back to the garage while I'm yakking. To give you some idea of some of the cars that you're able to do up. As I said, that was just one garage. One car park in the garage that I've got there that I've just kept. DeLoreans. Yeah, I got a couple of DeLoreans sitting there, Big Shadow. Yeah, as you're saying, Wooden Spoon, is that you knew nothing about cars, but once you got into the game, you do learn very, very quickly. Drink beer now. Well, you really reckon I can't English properly? Well, you probably got a fair point too. Inventory by condition. Now, the only reason I go that just for just for Plymouth there is that you can actually sort your inventory by either the arrival, obviously when it arrived, by condition, or in fact by its name. Just for the way that they put the parts in the different order. They always go condition so that you've actually got the part that's got the lowest condition at the top, and as you work through them, obviously the condition increases in number. So if you've got a particular repair level that you're looking for, some of them are, let's say your repair level is 50% repair. Obviously you would only need to repair up to that 50% level. So once you got to that 50% repair level, you would stop repairing it. You're not you when you're sober. Yes, flattery will get you everywhere. Let's get some of these repairs done. Now, a gearbox for a T-Series. I know I haven't actually got any of those. Any gearbox for a T-Series. No, I've got a number of gearboxes, but not for a T-Series. So let's flick over to our tablet. Gearbox for a T-Series. Cam Gear V8 OHV. Actually, if we watch Cam Gear V8 OHV, that was one of those, wasn't it? It was one of those. Again, you have the under your inventory, you have a number of different tabs, so you can actually click on the tabs. Is that you, Wooden Spoon, again? I bet you it is. It is too. Right. Sunshine. That phone is going off. I should have actually turned it off before I actually started, so. Not that I don't appreciate the tweets, but I'm easily distracted. Ooh, something shiny. Okay, Bentley T-Series front right door. Bentley T-Series is what we're after. Bentley T-Series front right door. Bentley T-Series right front door. Bentley T-Series trunk. Bentley T-Series trunk. Bentley T-Series rear left door. Bentley T-Series rear left door. And don't worry if you've purchased the wrong parts like I have, it's really just part of the game. And you know, you go to buy a left headlight and you buy the right one. Or you buy the right rear door and you buy the left front door or something stupid like that. So yes, everyone does it. Yeah, exactly, Wooden Spoon. Yeah, you can buy new parts or reuse repaired parts. I could quite simply put these the parts that didn't repair on this particular restoration back in, and it will work, and you can sell it at the end, but you just won't get as much. So again, you just play it however you want to play it. I will try to repair them up to 100%. If they don't repair up, I just simply buy brand new ones, and your gain on your investment effectively is a lot higher. Excuse me. What we've got? Bentley T-Series left headlight. Bentley T-Series left. Ooh, nearly the wrong one. Left headlight, there it is. So that's the body done and dusted. Gearbox. Now these are generic components, so we've got bearing, plate and flywheel. Bearing, plate and the flywheel. That's the gearbox components. The exhaust components, they were completely shagged, weren't they? Yep. The middle mufflers are pretty generic, no matter what car that you're working on, but obviously these T-Series and V8 OHVs, they're more specific. Wrong one, not right one. Yes. Or it was the right one, not the wrong one. It's like saying 1-1 was a racehorse, 1-2 was 1-2. 1-1-1-1 race, 1-2-1-1-2. Boom boom. That's a terrible joke, that one. Middle muffler. So you keep distracting me, guys. I'm getting all flustered and everything. Exhaust. Middle muffler. Middle muffler. That's about the only joke I know that's probably half decent for everyone to hear. Front exhaust section T series. Front exhaust section T series. Yes, I do actually want to buy that. Thank you for asking. Rear muffler V8 OHV. Rear muffler V8 OHV. Winner chicken dinner. Gearbox we've done. Exhaust we've done. Brakes. We've actually done those, haven't we? Yes, because we had some bits and bobs already in there. Now, I did actually ask about some input in regards to the stream earlier. Are you happy where the chat box sits? That's not impeding on any of the game vision too much, or you like it somewhere else? Running gear. Now, you'd find there's a lot of stuff that you may need to work through in regards to the running gear. I like to actually break it down a little bit, just so you're not scrolling through pages and pages of stuff. So you could go something like front, and it will come up with all the front components. So we've got 2 front springs and 2 front shock absorber caps. So you can do exactly the same thing on your tablet. Just go with the same search, and obviously in this instance it's front, and we want 2 caps and 2 springs. Spring, cap, spring. Front sway bar B, back to our tablet. Front sway bar, where are you, little critter? Front sway bar B, fly back to inventory. Sway bar front end link B. Now there's only 2 types of sway bars, and that's obviously a link A and a link B. In this instance we want 2 of the B's. Letter B. It looks okay, says Plymouth. It doesn't block too much. Oh, excellent. Cheers for that. It's always a bit worrying about where to put that, how big to make it, and just so it people can see their chat, but it doesn't impede too much on the game. So yeah, if you like it a little bit bigger, let me know. I'll make it bigger. If you want it smaller, let me know. I'll make it smaller. Yeah, there's a line in there somewhere, but I'm not going to touch it. Next one is rear components. So 2 rear springs, 2 caps, and 2 shock absorber Bs. Rear, again, same search by 2 caps, 2 springs, and 2 B shockies. 2B or not 2B? What was the question? Brakes we've already done. Running gear we're onto again. Now you'd have inner and outer tie rods, so if you simply put ties, both the inner and outer tie rods will come up on the one page there. So we got in fact 2 of each. Again, over to our tablet, go tie 1, 2, 1, 2 of those, and then you can just rip those out of the inventory like so. Another big ticket item is your rubbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rubbers. Now, I reckon these are spares. I reckon I bought a shit ton of these the other day, so we might just delete these old ones and see how many of the new ones we got left after that. So we got quite a few spares. That's fine. Spring caps 2 of. Spring caps 2 of. Actually, wasn't there some U-bolts as well? Whip learn to spill. Would be a great start. No. Yeah, I was thinking of these spring plates and at least spring U-bolts. I thought that we needed some of those, but I was mistaken. Okay, well that's interesting. You might have a look at the coding to see if it's possible to reduce the number of messages, say to at least 3 or 4. I don't know whether you can, but you certainly... Yeah, I was going to say to reduce the chat window itself, but yeah, that won't work, because if you reduce the chat window, then the chat font would be smaller, wouldn't it? Yeah, that makes sense. Although I don't mind it to have half a dozen there, because people can actually scroll up and see what they, you know, if they've missed anything, or they've gone to the toilet and come back and see, yeah, see if they've missed anything or gone to get a drink or something. So yes, it does take a little bit more space up on the screen, but people can see what the other people have written too. Steering rack. Hey, thank you. Wheel hubcap, 2 of those. Yes, wooden spoon, wheelie. Wheelie, I want 2 of these wheel caps. And double wishbone shock absorbers. If we just type in double, it comes straight up. And Johnny. Did we do all the running gear? We did do all the running gear. So it's going to be interesting to see who comes up with a webcam first, either myself or Big Shadow. I personally think it's going to be Big Shadow myself, because well, put it this way, let's make it a challenge. You know, the first person to get to, I don't know, 1,000 subscribers, they need to put a webcam on. How's that for a deal? Wants to be your friend on Instagram. Yes. $100 subs, you reckon? Yeah, Little Shadow's probably more likely to get 100 subs than we are. We're only small channels, mate. The only reason I made it 1,000 is because there's no way I'm going to get 1,000 subs. So it's going to be a cold day in hell before I get 1,000 subs. After you finish streaming and uploading the video, you will not see the chat window. What are you saying, that the chat window doesn't appear on your uploaded stream? Let's look at these spark plugs. 2, 4, 6, 8. I should have known that because it was an 8-cylinder. Dickhead. Spark. Gonna make a cup of tea. Yeah, actually that'd be awesome. Thanks. White for 2 sugars. But you will see it on the screen, the chat window, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was making sure that people are able to see their chat. What are these called? Push rods. So if we put in push, and there should be 16 of those, yeah? Who's going to count them for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15. One down the bottom is 16. There is 16. As I first thought. Push rods. So just a standard push rod or not? Wrong button. No, it was a valve rod. Sorry, a valve push rod for a T series. Lucky I checked. I would have won 16 the wrong ones. Okay, let's count. Who counted 16? But you will see it, or you should see it on the screen. Excuse me. So, well, hopefully you see it on the screen. I'll be bitterly disappointed if you don't see it on the screen, to be honest. Pistons. 2, 4, 6, 8 of those, being an 8-cylinder. No worries at all there, Plymouth. It is probably about time for another coffee, to be honest. And this is probably one of one of the most uninteresting parts is where you actually, you know, basically replacing all the parts that you're taking out. So I don't blame you to pop off and go and grab a coffee and grab a drink. Fuel, I'll try to get through them as quickly as I can. I've already got a fuel pump, so I don't need another one of those. Fuel filter and fuel tank is what I'm also looking at. Fuel, fuel filter, fuel tank, filter tank. What else do we have a lot of? No, we're actually cutting through them quite nicely actually. Intake manifold for a T-series. Intake manifold T-series. Alternator bracket for a T-series. Alternator bracket for a T-series. I wouldn't be surprised if the alternator's bracket as well. Alternator, no, it's fine. Oh, there you go. Crankshaft bearing caps, 2 of. Crank shaft bearing caps, 2 of. 2 of those. Exhaust manifold for T-series now. Normally there's a couple of those. Right, in the bottom here. For exhaust. The other one is perfectly fine. So exhaust manifold T-series. Exhaust manifold for T-series. What other ignition parts do we have? Distributor cap and distributor. Ignition distributor cap and distributor. And ignition of wires for a T-series. Ignition of wires for a T-series, that one there. Oh, we're getting there. Power steering pump for a T-series. Actually, what I should be looking at is the performance part, shouldn't I? Power steering pump for a T-series. Look at that. Shiny. Radiator. Don't know whether there's engine. The easiest way would be just go. No, not listed. So it's going to have to be a standard radiator. Radiator. Inventory radiator. Timing chain V8 OHV. I don't think the timing chains comes in performance parts either. What that come under? Engine, yeah. Not that I could see. Okay. Timing chain. I think it's timing chain V8 OHV, wasn't it? Have a look. Timing chain V8 OHV it was. Timing chain V8 OHV, one of those. Water pump pulley. You generally only need one of those, so, and I know I haven't got any spares in stock, so water pump pulley is generally down the bottom. Oil filter V8 OHV. Oil filter. Serpentine belt A and B. The old wooden spoon, he's back, is he? You got your fresh cup of tea? Serpentine belt A and B. Serpentine belt A, V8 OHV, and serpentine belt B, V8 OHV. No, they're the wrong ones, you idiot. Find Serpentine belt A for a T series. Now we've got some spare belts. Serpentine belt for T series. Serpentine belt B for a T series. Better check that, hey. Serpentine belt B for a T series, that's what it was. Yeah, I told you I'd buy the wrong ones. And a Serpentine belt A for a T series. Where is it? Scroll past that, haven't I? Serpentine belt A. Serpentine belt A for a T series. And a Flattery. Battery. A battery. Apparently there's going to be a battery charger. Whether it's going to be a charger or a regenerator of some description in Car Mechanic 2018. So that'd be good to see. Idler Roller A. Now there's in regards to the idler rollers, there's generally a couple of those, so just again make sure in the early stages they actually had just called them both idler rollers. They actually didn't call them A and B, but you need to really look at these pictures to find out which one you actually needed. So in one of the patches a while back they changed it to A and B just so that you're able to see the damn difference. So it's good that they actually did that. So what do we need in the end? An A. 1A. Crankshaft pulley V8 OHV. Crankshaft pulley V8 OHV. And this is the air filter that I spoke about that sits out in the middle of nowhere when you take the cover off. Round air filter for a T series. So if we just go air, that should come up. Air filter, round air filter for T series. We have one of those now. Engine, all good. Now when I get to this particular part, I like to actually just click on all just in case that I've missed anything. Obviously just by clicking all and you search by condition, put your lowest conditioned part at the top there, and you very quickly see, well, that's at 99 and that's 90. Actually, I'm going to sell those because ADHD is kicking in and I want those at 100%. And that'll drive me batshit crazy if it's not. Rubber bushes, 2 of those. Now when we go back to the inventory and click on all, sometime today would be great. As you can see, they're now at 100%. Righty ho then. We've actually done all the parts and a fresh sip of coffee, and it's time to get these parts in. Now if I was actually doing this for YouTube, this would be the part that would be fast forwarded, and you'd have some sort of music montage going over the top of it, and then all these parts would just be absolutely flying in. So actually that's probably a good segue of as good as you'll ever get for Plymouth. There is that over on the channel there, mate, there's actually a full range of restorations and repairs from a wide range of different make and model cars. So if you're looking at or at least thinking about getting the game or having a close look at the game, yeah, just pop over to the channel there, and as I said, there's under the, let me click on that button, under the playlist there's a playlist called 15-minute makeovers, and as the name suggests, we grab a car out of Car Mechanic 2015 and see if we can't repair it in 15 minutes. And then the other one's called Restoration, which again, as the name suggests, are the full restorations. Very similar to what we're doing today, but a lot of it is basically it's heavily edited, so that you don't have to sit here and watch me at the repair table for 10 minutes repairing everything up. So the restorations tend to be fairly heavily edited, so that they fly by fairly quickly. Do I have the sub-button file saved? I can't find one that size. I can certainly look into it, unless you're still around there, Big Shadow. You're actually, you're probably more computer minded than I am, to be honest. If you're able to throw that to him in Discord, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you can't find it, then I'll track it down after the stream there. But it should be there somewhere. As I said, it was that long ago since I've actually done it. I'd have to go looking myself, to be honest. So as you can see there, Plymouth, is that there's a lot of these parts you'd probably be able to relate to fairly closely. A lot of them are you know, real life components. Perhaps some of the mechanics of the game isn't real life, in the sense that, you know, you take parts off and the part that was actually connected to it tends to hover in the air. Of course, in real life, if you take the let me get over here. You know, in real life, if you take the shock absorber out, you know, the spring's not going to hover in midair. But like you take the cap off, and then the shock absorber itself away. Believe you me, that spring's not going to stay there. But I suppose you can't have everything. I think you got to be pretty pedantic to worry about little things like that. But again, it'd be good to if they could implement things like that. You know, occasionally you drop a nut, or you drop a washer. You know, how many mechanics have dropped, you know, slipped on their wrench and cracked their knuckles? Oh, wouldn't that be awesome? A swear button. Hey, you whack your finger with your shifter, and there's a swear button that says darn, or bother, or oops. You know, all those words that, you know, I'm sure most mechanics say when they would wrap their knuckles or whack their thumb with a hammer. Oh bother! Let's not do that again. Yes. Or any other of those bad words that, you know, our mum tells us not to use. Darn, bother, and bollocks. Click corner? Yeah, you've got me confused there. The wooden spoon. Either it's a valid question that I don't understand, or you're just trying to mess around with my head. Oh, you're asking Shadow. Oh, okay. Shadow's on. You've got Discord, haven't you, Shadow? Yeah, of course you have. I mean that's. That might be another way of, you know, talking about it via Discord, or get him on get him on TeamSpeak. It sounds like you guys are all over it, because I'm seeing half a conversation. I'll shut up now, just so that you guys can talk. How does that sound? Sorry to be an intrusion on your conversation, but you carry on. We'll just talk amongst ourselves. It's okay, you're sober. We're getting closer and closer. The other thing to note too is, as you can see, as these parts go on, that experience points at the top right hand corner shoots up here too. So every time a part goes on, that experience clocks up. So again, if you're looking at gaining your experience reasonably quickly, that these restorations is a way to do it. You know, by taking the parts off and putting them back on, it only gives you more and more experience. I can't reach that. Yes, I can. Might do a giveaway to your channel for a copy of Car Mechanic 2018. Oh, nice. Oh, I actually got no idea what the price is going to be, to be honest. That'll be the first thing I'd be finding out. Yeah, I mean, surely it won't be ridiculous, you know. Surely it won't be like a $50 game, $50 game or something silly like that. What am I missing? Did I put the clamps in? I did. Or the crankshaft bearing caps. I think the next, did I finish the exhaust? I reckon I did. Next one is to get these pistons in. I reckon about £30. What's that in dollary dues? I would guess it's about the same in dollary dues, about $30 would be my guess. I got a funny feeling that 2015 was about $30 as well, but I mean that was a long time ago, of course. But I mean $30 for a game like this is you know, that's reasonable, I would have thought. Or you can pick up the latest FPS for $40, so you know. $50 Aussie dollars is £30. Holy crap! I hope hopefully it's not $50. I mean, of course I'll still be paying for it. You know, I'll still pay for it if it's $50, but I'd be a lot more happy if it was only $30. I'll probably whinge and complain about it if it is $50, but I'll still pay it. At the end of the day, I'm going to have it. Oh yes, she will be mine. These are those pesky little push rods that I spoke about. Yeah, drives you batshit crazy buying all of these. As I was saying, there should be a way of saying, yes, I want this part and I want 16 of them, and go buy. Or, you know, same as those rubber bushes, you know, I want 10 of those and buy. You know, you should be able to put in a quantity of each particular part. You know, make it default to one, but make it so you can put, you know, multiples of as an option. Spark plug is another one, although, you know, obviously you only ever buy 4, 6 or 8, but still would make it a lot easier. Yeah, well, I thought it was about $30 brand new, 2015. I'm sure it was. Do you remember how much it was, Big Shadow? Oh, I'm pretty sure it was about $30. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, 2018, you know, better graphics, more things to play with, you know, more shiny things to muck around with. So, yeah, okay, I can see why they're going for a you know, a $50 price tag. You know, more development's gone into it, more, you know, more graphics, more technology, rhubarb. So yeah, okay. No, I mean, now that I give it a bit of some thought about it, then, you know, probably worth $50. But I suppose at the end of the day, you spend $50, and you got, you know, hours of enjoyment. You know, you go down the pub and have a couple of drinks, there's $50. So, you know, especially the way Big Shadow drinks. Oh, oops, did I say that out loud? My bad. Belts, idlers, and pan. Okie dokie. Annie Oakley. Okay, now we've got the pan, man. Once we get the pan in, we can drop the oil in. It's cheaper than the strippers. Yeah, well, you got a fair point there too. Well, that's it. Every time you go to the strippers, it costs you $1,000. So, as I said before, if I was allowed, you know, if I could get away with it, I mean, what man wouldn't drop $1,000 to the strippers? I mean, come on. No, I mean, I think if you say that you wouldn't, you liar, pants on fire. We've got the hood. Trunk. Lovely lady trunk. Is that how the song goes? That song's stuck in your head now, isn't it? Am I selling the battery, the Bentley? Yeah, I will. I've got a couple of Bentleys. I'm sure I've got a couple of Bentleys in the car parking bay already. Body condition 79. That's going to drive me batshit crazy if I don't see why that. Oh, the lights are missing. You idiot. That'll do it. Let's have a quick wander around to see if I've missed anything else. Now we're going to give this a custom paint job, weren't we? Let's see how we went. 100% parts, 100% body. Woohoo! Now, who's amongst us remember what we paid for it at the auction? Because I can't. But as you can see, the car value at $81,121. So some serious chunk of cash there. So that's 81k straight into your bank balance. So as I was saying, it is worth doing these restorations if you're able to get over to the auction and buy a car an absolute wreck and then do it up. Paint job. Next thing, let's go to the paint shop. How much on parts? I bought it for 34. Oh, I paid 34. That's a very good question. The only way you would know that is actually take note of your account balance before you start, and then your account balance after you finish, obviously, and that'll give it the difference between the two. Would give you the money that you spent on parts. So I didn't actually take note of those, to be honest. Paid 34 at the car auction. All right, well, thanks for that. I didn't actually pay attention. I'm sure I would have said it at the time, but. What sort of paint colour are we looking at? We can either go to the factory colours, which is the colour that it is, or we want to go completely silly. I like completely silly. Silly's good. It's not green. Yeah. What about canary yellow? What are you sort of thinking? Pure white? Or red? Oh, fire engine red. How does that look? Yeah, I'm going to go with fire engine red. Now, by doing a custom colour, it'll cost you more, $1,500. But you simply click on paint. Do you want to paint the car for $1,500? No, I'm just here for my good looks. Of course, I want to paint it. Back to garage. So you paid 34k for the car, 10k on parts, so that's 44k. You sell it for 81, so you just make about 40k profit. Okay, well, cheers for that. I actually from memory, a lot of the restorations I've got on my channel, I have actually worked that out. Excuse me. I've made note of what the cost was when I purchased it, what I've spent on the parts, and what the final figure was when I got to the end of it. So again, you know, a bit of a self plug, but if you want to check those restorations out, then yeah, they are listed obviously under Car Mechanic Restorations on my channel. So a bit of a spin around the old girl, fire engine red. Let's have a look inside. Sit down. Do I click on here? Yes, I do. That doesn't look too shabby at all. Yeah, I know the red might be a bit loud against the wood grain, to be honest. I've probably completely ruined a classic car, but looks lovely. What do you reckon there? Wooden Spoon says it says lovely. It looks lovely rather. I'm just want to scroll up to see if I've missed anything. No. Some fluffy dice would be nice. Oh, exactly. Yes. What do you think, the Plymouth? Actually, what we might do is just check whether I've actually got one of those Bentley T Series. I'm pretty sure I have. Bentley T Series, there we go, in pink. Why? Because I can. So yeah, we won't keep this one. We'll I know it saddens me to sell it after you've put so much love and attention into the detailing of it. But at 81k, sell car, bye bye. And as you can see, it's easy as that. So our count bail has shot up to 151,000, and just by simply doing that that repair, that restoration, beg your pardon. So what do we want to do now? Another repair. Actually, I'll tell you what, you probably wouldn't have seen the dyno, would you? Has everyone? Yes, exactly right, Big Shadow. I should have actually tuned it. We'll drag something out of the car park and tune that up. What are you sort of feeling that we can tune up? What about the DeLorean? Too late, yeah. Sorry, I'll pull out the DeLorean and we'll go and tune that up. Fire engine red DeLorean. And I must have a think about red. They go faster apparently. So let's move that to the dyno. You want to see the Maserati? Alright, I'll pull out the Maserati next. Okay, so you've got a number of different options in the dyno if you haven't already seen this. ECU tuning. Don't ask me what the ECU stands for because I don't know. Sure, Big Shadow will. Carby tuning. Now, in regards to the tuning there, you've basically got a plus and minus button on each of these three things. So basically, it's just a you know, a number generator thing until this percentage changes down here, and you're looking at increasing. There we go, plus 9%. It's saying incorrect ratio, so it doesn't like it that much. But look, plus 9% is better than nothing. And then you can test run it. and obviously gives you revs and your power output. See, I told you Big Shadow would know. Electronic control unit. Smarty pants. And if you're not happy with that power output, obviously you can go back into your carb tuner and keep adjusting it until you play around it until you're happy with the increase. Once you're happy with the increase, you just take it back to the garage, and yeah, it's already tuned up. Parking. What do you want to see? Maserati down the drag strip. Righty ho. Maserati down the drag strip it is. I'll tell you what does go really well is this Delray Custom. They're pretty awesome too, but you want to see the Maserati... what'd you say? Maserati and drag strip it. Okay. Maserati MC Stridale or the Maserati Sebring. Much for muchness. Here comes one Maserati down the drag strip. Again, this loading screen drives me batshit crazy sometimes. I mean, this day and age, there's really no need to have such a huge loading screen, but anyway. There you go, I've already put some snazzy tyres on the old girl. And which one is it? Tyre swap, F2. Yeah, move it to the lifter so they can put the tyres on it. Yeah, whatever. I'll move to the lifter so they can put tyres on it. Makes happy. Tyre swap. Okay, standard race tyres. And now swapping tyres doesn't cost you anything, so let's go with the set of slicks. Wow. Gosh, eight grand to put some slicks on it. Well, perhaps some of the tyre changes doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you money. Obviously, those particular ones do. Drag strip. And obviously, if you've got multiple cars in your garage, you know, the multiple cars will come up here as an option. Obviously, we've only got one out of the garage, so we've only got one to choose from. But if you've actually got, you know, 2 or 3 sitting in your garage, you can choose which one you want to take for the drag. Let's see what we do down the quarter mile. Now we might have to be getting reasonably close to winding this up, guys, because the main reason is my coffee cup's empty. So what we'll do is obviously send this down the quarter mile. Now what I'm doing here is just pressing your C button on the keyboard there. And it just gives you a different point of view, obviously. The word Maserati sitting on the back there. It doesn't give you a free cam, but it just gives you a different point of view. Wait a minute. W to accelerate. And there's an I and P to gear up. So here we go. Let's see how we go. Whoop, missed that one. Hasn't got a lot of pickup, has it? Over 200 k's an hour and handbrakey. Okay, so what we do? 8.9, quarter mile in 13. Yeah, look, I've not too bad, I suppose. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll pop out to the garage and grab one of those Delray Customs, because to see one of those on the drag strip is just phenomenal. A parallel stream and a drag race. Actually, that would be interesting. You can move from side to your mouse from side to side for change. You can move your mouse side to side for change views. That I did not know. At the moment, the 2015's only got, well, actually, a lot of them actually are DLCs. You need to buy them, you need to purchase them separately, and that's what I spoke about earlier. That just check your DLCs if you decide to purchase the game, because as I said, with 2018 coming out in a couple of weeks, it would not surprise me if a lot of the Car Mechanic 2015 content isn't bundled together, you know, and they're trying to sell it, sort of thing. Let's get that back into the parking, and we'll take this Delray Custom. So yeah, just check out what the DLCs are before you buy them. I know that I mentioned this earlier, that I know that from the get-go that 2018, Car Mechanic 2018, you'll be able to actually add your own car straight into it. So this is a Delray Custom, and this one's I've actually souped quite extensively. This has got all performance parts on it, and yeah, this will just wheel spin straight off the rank. So I've actually seen these things in real life. They are impressive machines. Let's go drag strip. Wooden spoon, you're taking off. All right, well, thanks for hanging around, man. I appreciate you staying around. I really do. You're going off to do some streaming yourself. Yeah, no problems at all. Once I finish here and grab a drink and whatever, I might even pop on by and say good day myself. Your drag races are on Shadow Creeper 8's channel. Oh, okay. That is a nice looking car, isn't it? Yeah, that's why I wanted to pull it out. It's probably one of my favourite cars, actually. And I'll show you this, as I said, just off the drag strip here. They will just, yeah, I'm glad I'm not paying for the car for the tyres, put it that way. Are you saying that you're able to move around? No, I'm moving my mouse. Oops. Yeah, I've moved it right off the screen. Give me a sec. Come back. Here we go. Yeah, all I can do is that view and that view. Yeah, I can't actually move it around. Button. Which button? Yeah, I don't know which button you're referring to there, Big Shadow. Left mouse, left hand. Yeah. No, I'm pressing down the left mouse button, and yeah, I've got no. On the inside, it won't let me move around. On the outside, it won't move around. Yep, C's the only one that will. We'll go from the inside of view to the outside of view, but don't matter. Let's kick this machine in the guts and see what we can do. Oh, listen to that motor. You hear the turbo winding out? Look at the shake on that thing. That was quite a slow run, to be honest, but yeah, you get the general gist of what I was saying about it. Is that Return to Garage, different cars handle differently and have different pickups, and depending on whether you use performance parts or standard parts, will give you a different horsepower output. Yeah, my runs at 233 kilometers an hour, quarter mile in 8 seconds. Nanny. I would guess that's with performance parts. Would be my guess there, Big Shadow. You'll have to excuse us there, Plymouth. Where myself and Big Shadow have been playing games together for quite some time. So if it sounds like we're being rude to each other, we're not. We're just giving each other a hard time. So we'll whack that back in parking. Alright guys, I'm just about done for this particular stream. We have been going for quite some time now, so I might wrap it up. As I said, I'm going to have a bit of a break, a bit of a stretch, and well, you never know, I might even jump back on a little bit later to do a bit more. So again, look, thank you very much for hanging around. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully you got something out of it. Wooden Spoon, oh, he's already gone, but Plymouth. Hopefully you got something out of it there, Plymouth. Yeah, I'll catch us all next time. Again, thank you very much for your company. I do appreciate it, and I'll look forward to it next time.